The position of the U.S. relative to other countries on these international tests vary according to the test and according to the subject tested. So the U.S. students do rather well on the reading test for PISA compared to other countries. I think they rank probably in the top 10 or 15 countries. And when it comes to the math, on the PISA, they do quite badly. I think they rank around 24th in the last PISA. On the other hand, on the TIMSS, they do better. There are fewer European countries taking the TIMSS, but they do much better. That there is no real U.S. educational system. So comparing the U.S. as a country to other countries, which are in general much smaller, and some of them very much smaller, many of them highly centralized systems, is completely, from a policy standpoint, off the mark. We should be looking at neighboring states like Minnesota versus Iowa, which have big differences in what happened in Minnesota and happened in Iowa over just the last 15 years in terms of their math scores. Massachusetts versus Connecticut, very similar states, very big differences in what to their math test scores over the last 10 years. And there are other states that are similar, not necessarily neighbors, like Texas and California, with similar populations, but again, very different results on math tests. It makes total sense for policymakers to look at what some states did that got them to be so successful versus other states very similar in everything about them, except perhaps some policies that they did. Now those policies could be applied easily because they're similar conditions. Now people may not want to apply them, but at least we know what works under similar conditions. Going over to Germany or Poland, very different educational systems, very different contexts. It's very difficult to say how you're going to change your educational system to get the gains that those countries have had on an international test.